Difficulties before we started our interview here. Mike, what's happening?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I mean, obviously, like the rest of the world, we're in this very weird situation where we're not able to do what we do normally. And for me, that's working on fights, going to fights, and for you, it's maybe training or preparing for a fight. So I mean, how has everything interrupted what you've been doing?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it interrupted. This whole thing interrupted everything. Like it put everything into a halt. Just put everything into a halt. So I was actually supposed to fight April 25th in Baltimore. My promoter Marshall had just let me know what was going on. But after once the outbreak hit, everybody had to close up shop briefly. Even I remember Marshall had to cancel a show on the day of it. So it's just been in the way of everything this year.
Now you're trained by your dad. Um, you're trained by your dad. You train alongside your brother. Have you guys been able to get some sort of workout regimen going on?
Well, we've been working out with my strength conditioning coach, D'Angelo Kennard. We're still working out 3 times a week. I'm running. I'm still running. I keep in touch with my dad, but since he does have he actually has diabetes, so I guess he has a better chance of being exposed to it. So I've kept my distance. We've kept our distance a little bit, but we're still talking, still in touch with each other and everything. I give him updates on my workouts and everything, so he's still involved as much as he can be.
So what are you doing then? If you can't get the hands-on training with your dad and everything, what are you doing on your own to be prepared for when the phone does ring?
I'm still keeping my conditioning on point. Still running, like I said, still working with my strength and conditioning coach. So, we're still getting workouts done and everything. But as far as boxing, my actual boxing training it's a bit frozen. I mean, I can shadow box and everything when I can. You can do that anywhere, but you are gonna miss the coaching. I just miss being in the gym with everybody. Just the camaraderie at this point. It's not even we all had goals this year, and we're waiting. We were hoping to have big years and everything, but we just got to get with the times. So what's going on now? We just gotta adapt, and we just gotta wait.
Are you afraid that you've been riding a good momentum streak ever since your one defeat? You've actually probably you probably turned your career, I won't say around, but you've probably been putting on some of the better performances of your career since that loss, and you're gaining the momentum. You're ranked in 2 organizations. Are you a little worried that this could hurt your momentum that you've been building up over the last year and a half?
I mean, I guess I worry just a little bit, but I've been I just everybody is kind of at a standstill. It's not like some people are moving and some people aren't. So I mean, everybody's momentum is going to get broken. So I think when we get back to fighting, we're just going to have to see who's still been working, who's still been putting in work while we've been away from the ring. So I think it's just yeah. Of course, I want to ride the momentum from into the new year, but the best fighters are able to make adjustments. So that's inside and outside the ring.
What like even mentally is just give you time to maybe watch some of your fights and maybe seriously sit down, maybe pick apart stuff that you can maybe even improve on?
Yeah, I've definitely had time to do that. I've been watching my old fights. I've been watching just past fights, other fighters and everything. I think this whole outbreak is a good way to train people's mental, the mentality, the type of mentality you have. it can that that affects you as a boxer in the ring. So I'm still studying my craft. It's giving me time to if I had any injuries or if anything was ailing me, my body has had time to heal. So there's some good to come of that. So I think it's just really just training your mental, just staying focused, staying ready. Not thinking, oh man, well, this isn't going to end anytime soon. So I'm still working. I'm mentally and I'll be ready when the time comes. When they call me, I'll be ready. I'll get back in shape physically.
If anyone has questions for the Professor Mykal Fox, fire away. Put them on. We'll answer them. We'll be here for a little bit to ask some more questions. Where do you feel you're at now in your career? I mentioned that you've won some pretty good fights recently. You're on a nice little roll. Where do you think you're at right now?
Well, being world ranked and everything, I think I'm on the eve of something of a big fight. Before all this craziness went down, Marshall was working on Marshall and Mike Brown were working on some opportunities for me to fight on some PBC cards and whatnot. So, I think winning on one of those cards would have definitely boosted my career and then hopefully put me in place for like maybe #1 contention.
What you say you possibly fight on maybe a PBC card? Was there an opponent in mind, or that was too premature for that?
Well, I guess to tell you it was too premature just because Marshall said I had talked to Marshall. He said he had spoken with Al. And he said they were having trouble getting someone to fight me. So I guess it was still premature, but Marshall has a good working relationship with Al Hammond and the PBC. So something will come on the back end of this outbreak. I feel like I'm staying optimistic.
For some of the fans who haven't seen you, obviously you had the fight on Showbox, which a lot of people saw, and I believe you made one or two other fights, on national TV and whatnot. For some of the people who haven't seen you fight, tell them about your style. I mean, your nickname is the Professor, very aptly nickname because you really are a thinking man's fighter in there.
What kind of fighter I am?
A thinking man. You're a very cerebral fighter inside the ring.
Yeah. I like to operate, think my way through it. I mean, you need to be able to make. Biggest thing is you need to be able to make adjustments, and I think I'm able to do that. I am always in the ring, thinking of how I'm going to land the next shot. So it's like really, it's like fast, like blitz chess or whatever. You still got to make the right move, but you got to do it. You got to do it in timely fashion and everything. So that's how I try to operate.
What describe your style in there? Obviously we talked about the way you do. Like you're probably one of, if not the tallest welterweight out there, close to 6'4", 6'5". Talk about that. Being so tall for your weight class. Both you and your brother.
Yeah, with my height, I mean, being 6'4", there's truly no real secret to what I'm going to try and do in the ring. I'm going to try to beat you at range. Make you walk into hard shots. Even when I push you back, I want to do it at a range where you can't really where you can't hit me. I'm not going to be 6'4" and scrunch down to everybody's level to try to make it easier for them to hit me. You're going to have to punch up. You're going to have to do a lot of missing. You're going to have to try to rough tackle, but I'm prepared for that too. So I'm basically I'm a tall man. I'm a tall man. It's simple and plain.
But you also, I mean, I've watched most of, if not all, your fights. You like to mix it up a little bit on the inside. I know that I don't know if that drives your dad crazy sometimes when you do that, but talk about that.
I think my dad knows when I am on the inside, he's trained us to be able to handle ourselves in close and at range. So he knows that I'm not gonna stay there longer than I need to. I think that's so I don't think I necessarily drive him crazy. I don't think I drive him crazy with it because he knows I'll be there for as long as I want to be there. Can't nobody keep me there. So that's the biggest thing. I don't think he goes crazy. But of course my best moments are gonna be at range. But every now and then I might surprise you in close.
Now you're ranked in the top. I think you're ranked 13th by both the WBA and the IBF. Now I don't know if it's to kind of you look at what's ahead of you. Have you seen some of the names? Kind of scratched your head and wondered, what's ahead of you? Some of the fighters that are ahead of you in either organization. Have you kind of taken a peek at that?
Yeah, I definitely have. I see some bigger names. I see guys like what's his name, Jamal James and Danny Garcia's and Pacquiao's, Sean Porter, all of those guys. A lot of it, I always just look like. Actually, the first thing I did was when I first got ranked, I looked up some of the people that were immediately near me, like between like 13 and 10. And I checked out their records. I forgot who all they were, but because I think they might have moved a little bit. But I'm always checking, I'm always doing my homework. I don't take any fight lightly. So the goal to get to the top involves me potentially fighting any of those guys. So I gotta know something about it.
Even though you haven't had that, I guess, that signature fight yet. Your brother, he's fought on HBO. He just fought a fight in England. Even though he came in a little short in those fights. Did you gain experience by being next to him? Going through the whole kind of fight week scenarios, all the interviews and everything that goes with it. You were right next to him. Did you gain experience just from being next to your brother while he got in those bigger fights?
Yeah, for sure. The thing about it is a lot. Tez is his career. He started his career long in 2010. I started mine in 2014. So he had a very nice head start on things. So I was always.
I don't know if you moved away from the microphone or what.
Can you hear me?
There you go. That's better.
Breaking up a little bit. Can you hear me?
Hear you fine. Hear you great.
Uh-oh.
I hear you fine. Keep talking.
Mark.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm here. Uh-oh.
Mark.
I'm here. Audio difficulties. I'll try to.
I hear you.
Okay, here we go. I hear you. Let's go.
Yeah. So I was saying, being next to him in those fights, you gain experience. Since he started his career first, he does all the stuff first. So the first go round with Tez and my dad, it's a learning experience. And the second time around with me, we learn from our mistakes. We all have to. We all learn to make adjustments. My father makes adjustments for him as a coach and what he has to deal with on his end and how to on how to coach us. But and then Tez he came up short in his last fight, but he'll bounce back. We all had to learn. We all learned from Tez's fights, from when he had to get a crazy surgery and to him have to get 2 major surgeries and things like that. We learn from that. Think more about recovery because we work very hard. And then in this fight we learned in London they do stuff. They just do stuff a little different. And if we were to go back out there, we would adapt to that.
What's it mean to you to to you and your brother and your father being the trainer? And your father groomed two world ranked fighters. I know Alantez, I think, got as high as number 2, if I'm not mistaken. And you're now a 13. That you guys have done this together. You kept it in the family. I know you guys are a close bunch. What's it mean to be able to go through this journey together?
I mean, it's great. I mean, it has its ups and downs, of course, and I mean, we butt heads at times, but um, it's meant a lot. It's just meant a lot that the person I started with is the person I got here with. Even in we even in our defeats, we still believe in each other. We all still believe in each other. My father believes. My father believes in us as fighters. We believe in him as a coach, and that's still it feels good to just been able to come so far with each other. As family, we know each other best, and at times that can be a good thing and a bad thing. But I probably wouldn't really change anything.
We'll jump ahead here. Obviously, everyone's going through what we're going through here. A lot of people believe that when life gets back to, I don't want to say normal, but when things start to open up again, boxing starts again, that everything's going to come quick. So, I mean, do you feel if they start opening up the games again and the fights again, they may call you on 3 or 4 weeks notice, because everything's going to be probably jammed up. The schedule's going to, the spots are going to be, people are going to be taking the spots, and a lot of people haven't got paid. So, I mean, if that opportunity happens where whatever the fight may be, they say, I got a spot for you, but it's only 3 or 4 weeks away. Is that something that you're prepared for, Mykal?
Three or 4 weeks away. I think. I mean, of course, we would.
Well, I mean, 3 or 4 weeks away from when you get the call, not 3 or 4 weeks from today. But I'm just saying when you get the call.
Okay, so yeah, if they call me 3 or 4 weeks away after everything gets normal for a fight, I mean, we would look at the opponent and everything, see how it matches up. But I mean, more than likely, if we see, we'll take it. The thing is, everybody's been off. Everybody's training hasn't been at the way they want it to be. As I'm in the gym 7 days out the week. I'm somewhere training 7 days out the week, but that's what I'm used to. But I mean, everybody has been off. It hasn't been. It's not like I've been the only one. It's not like I've been the only one sitting around. So if we like what we like the opportunity, yeah, we'll definitely take it. 3 or 4 weeks is. I mean, that's not a problem for me at all. That's not really short notice to me. 2 weeks might be short notice, but we're always in the gym, or in normal circumstances, we're always in the gym. So, I got turned down for a fight just before all this stuff kicked off. So, we told them yes, and they and that would have been 4 weeks notice. So that's not an issue.
Gotcha. Talk about your team. We mentioned your dad, the trainer. You have a great boxing manager, promoter, Marshall Kaufman, who's been a trainer, manager. He's been a stalwart in the game for a long time, and your manager Mike Borreo, who he's managed 2, 3. Actually, he did several heavyweight champions of the world, and he always has guys that are in contention. What's it mean to have a good veteran team who've produced for many years behind you?
I mean, that's good, man. It's great. It's always good it's good to learn from those guys. Mainly, you'll learn having that much experience around you. You can't help but learn a few things along the way. But having Mike Barra and Marshall work with me, I think it betters my chances of being a world champion. I wouldn't have brought Mike Brown if I didn't think he could really do something for me. So, and of course Marshall, Marshall's always Marshall's been in my corner since we signed. I mean, I think once he saw me fight, he thought, yo, I found me one, and I put a lot of trust in Marshall. Marshall's kind of like family, so I do trust him. I mean, really, I trust my whole team. Like I like where I am. I like the team I put together. That goes to my coaches, Coach Fox, and my strength conditioning coach, D'Angelo Kennard. These people wouldn't be here if I didn't trust them. So that's a great feeling. I feel like they always got my back. Everybody I named has my back.
So, okay, we mentioned you being ranked and some of the guys around where you're at. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, Michael. I want you in, in a perfect world, who's that guy out there that's going to, that fight that's going to get you to the next level? Not necessarily call him out. You're just saying this is a guy who maybe I need the fight in order to get me to that next level.
Get me to that next level. I don't know specifically. I think it would have to a former world champion, anyone who formerly held a belt. I think it's going to be someone like that gives me a chance to get some TV exposure, and whoever that may be. Any former world champion, I get a chance to just try to pull off an upset, because more than likely I'll come in on the dreaded B side. I say that with air quotes. But whatever opportunity comes, I'll be ready for it. We train for opportunity, not events.
Try to get some dirt out of you. I mean, you're
yeah. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of names, but it's just I mean, it's a lot of you out there. I mean, me and Marshall talked. He said he wouldn't mind seeing me against Danny Garcia.
There you go.
I think
there we go. So
okay.
Now the headline for my article is Fox calls out Garcia. Just kidding. Yeah. I mean, how about like a guy? How about some guys that are out there, Thomas Delorme, those kind of guys who have been there, who have a name.
Yeah, Delorme definitely.
Okay, I'm just trying to help you out a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of names to think of, and But I think Delorme, he's still a strong fighter. He's coming off a win, I know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think so a fight against him. He's been up high against like Terrence Crawford and there was one more person I can't remember. But you fought a guy like you fought Terrence Crawford. That's a lot of experience. He's very experienced. So a fight with him would definitely help in my conquest.
Anything out there? Anyone? Well, first of all, where can we find the professor on the social media platforms?
Y'all can find me on Twitter and on Instagram
where?
At Professor Mike.
And that's MYKE.
Yeah, MYKE at Professor Mike on Twitter and on Instagram.
When I mean, do you want to get back in the ring as soon as possible? I mean, when would be a perfect time? You hope in June? You hope when this thing we start in June, July, somewhere like that, you'd be ready to rock and roll? As he pauses.
Yeah, you breaking up, Mark.
I think it's you. You were the one pausing. So would you be ready to go June or July?
Oh yeah, I can do June or July. July definitely. June, yeah, for sure. But
Okay.
July, the more time you give me, I think the more of a threat I am. So, but June, that's doable.
Well, Mike, we thank you for a few minutes of your time. If the longer this goes, I may have you back on. I mean, maybe you can think of some more names we can call out and start stir up some fuss with some people.
Okay.
Mike, have a wonderful night, and we'll talk to you soon.